Shalom, family. Good to see everybody here. I hope everyone is doing well. Well, we're going to talk about Donald Trump and what he is presenting to the Black community for Black history. And as usual, it's always something we did not ask for, something they are willing to pour millions of dollars into. As long as those millions don't go in our hands, then it's all good. So rather than me explaining what Donald Trump is offering, I'm going to let you hear it directly from him. No, Chris G, that Donald Trump canceled Black history, that is just some garbage that got started up on social media. He never came forward to cancel Black history. So that garbage came off of social media. It did not come from Donald Trump. Okay, let's get started. All right. Please give me a 1 if you could see my screen. Give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Okay, thank you. All right, let's go.
Under the executive order I signed last month, this new beautiful outdoor statue park, it's going to be a statue park. It's going to be unbelievable. We're picking the final sites now. It's between various states that want it very badly. We'll honor hundreds of our greatest Americans to ever live, including countless Black Americans, icons. The garden will predominantly feature incredible women like Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, Billie Holiday, Aretha Franklin, and Coretta Scott King. And I will showcase it will be something very extraordinary. It's going to be producing, we're going to produce some of the most beautiful works of art in the form of a statue for men like Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, Jackie Robinson, what a great athlete that was, Martin Luther King Jr., Muhammad Ali, he's not a bad athlete. What do you think, Muhammad? Not too bad. And the late Kobe Bryant. People love Kobe Bryant. And we're going to save Tiger Woods for another time. That's all that I can. I'm sorry. During Black History Month, we pay tribute to these heroes and to so many others, but not simply because they're Black heroes, but also because they are truly American heroes who inspire all of us, very much so.
Ladies and gentlemen, a statue park. You know, one thing I can say about our people, statues is just not our thing. It's white people's thing. And see, they think we're impressed. I think, you know, what I was even more annoyed about were the black men and women in the crowd, because he did this in front of black men and women were out in the audience and they were cheering and oohing and on like he was giving them some sort of prize. That annoyed me more than anything else. But historically, like I was saying, statues are just not our thing, y'all. You know, even in the Bible, when you read the Bible, which I read 4 times, by the way, anybody that had statues, those were the people that were practicing idolatry and praying to false gods. And usually, our people would destroy the idolatry as we are instructed to do. We are instructed to destroy idolatry. And, but we never had it. It is just not our thing. You ever wonder why it's just not in us? We're not impressed when we see statues. That's one thing. That is actually something that is really bred in us. We just are not impressed with that. So when you tell me on Black History Month, if you want to surprise us on Black History Month, surprise us with reparations, not statues. A park with statues in it. I mean, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. I see statues of no value. Can I put food on my table with the statue? No, they always give us, Jill B, listen, they always give us things we never asked for. They do it all the time. We could say reparations for the next century, and they'll keep coming back with anything but that. It will hurt their heart if they had to just give a little to us in some sort of way. But statues and these idols and everything, because that's all it is just idolatry. You know, I think we should remember those people, because those are people that did impact history. Yes, I think it's okay to remember those folks. But when you start throwing statues, how many Martin Luther King statues are there in the country? There are many, you know? And Aretha Franklin absolutely was one of the greatest singers of all times. Do I want a statue of her? No. No, I don't. If I want to remember Aretha Franklin, I can play her music. But I do not need a statue of her at all. So this is what he is presenting for Black History Month. And I know, you know, some people might be satisfied with the symbolism. Some might be. I'm not. And I know if you are my Hebrew brothers and sisters, I know you're not either. And this is what Donald Trump is offering, and not anything tangible that we can use. How about giving us land, the land that was stolen from our relatives? I mean, on both sides of my family, mother and father, land was stolen. And why not give us back things that you stole? Money was stolen from us, land, homes, businesses, everything. Everything was stolen from us. And even to this very day, y'all wait and you try to take from our elders, you try to get their land. And that's because many of our elders bought those lands probably like 70, 60, 70 years ago, and the land has a lot of value now. So y'all will conveniently want to put some condominiums or something in that very area, like there's no other place in the world you can put your development. It has to be where these black folks are with land, and you do it to this very day. How about righting the wrongs of what has been done to our people instead of giving us statues? Don't want to do anything right. Don't want to fix anything. Don't want to make things better. Yeah, how is giving me a park with statues in it making me better as a person or making my community better? I'm just tired, y'all. I would have felt better if he didn't say nothing. Seriously, I would have felt better if he never made this announcement. Well, see, they like that. See, they like the symbolism of having their names and some kind of monument to go along with it. They like that stuff. Come on, these are inadequate people, and it don't take much to make them feel important. Slap a title on them, give them some bummy looking statue, and they're happy. But those things don't make us happy. That's the thing. It don't make us happy. Mhm. Wow. Mhm. Yeah. I mean, I would have felt better if he said, since we are getting the immigrants out, what we're going to do for Black History Month, we're going to get the homeless off the streets and put them in hotels and put them in apartments and do the things we did for the immigrants. We're going to do that for the homeless among the Black community. I would have felt better about that. I would have felt better about that than a statue or a park of statues. Exactly. Just give us the damn money. Bob Johnson? Yeah, I'm with you on that. Just give us the damn money. I mean, I don't mean no harm, but if he puts that park up, which he claimed he's going to do, I ain't going to that park. I'm sorry. Even if I'm passing through down there in DC, I am not stopping at that park. I'm sorry. It is time for us not to support this stuff. We should not be supporting it at all. I remember when they gave us that. Remember when I think it's in Mississippi, they gave that lynching museum. I said, no, see, that lynching museum was for them. That was not for us. Why would we want to remember, walk through, and everything in the museum represents death for our people and only our people? And I want to remember that. No, I don't want to remember death. Hmm. It is, and it's even more insulting that our people were cheering that stuff, cheering it. The way they were clapping and yelling in that room, it must have he must have had them black magas up in there. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. All them people must have been black maga, because the way they were clapping and shouting all up in the room when he was talking, you would think they were in the middle. Donald Trump went in the middle of the crowd and gave out reparations checks the way they were screaming. That is just not our reaction to these things. Even when I was a child, I have never come across one person in my lifetime that said they wanted statues of black men and women. They wanted statues. I just never came across anybody like that. And I know many of you haven't either. Oh, it's just getting worse. In fact, this morning, I had an article in my email where a Trump supporter also worked for the federal government. They lost their job. Their job was cut by Donald Trump. Oh man, he was dragged. Oh, he went from MAGA to dragging Donald Trump. And I mean, he dragged the hell out of Donald Trump in this article. And see, they're okay as long as they think all the bad things are going to happen to us. But see, when it happens to them, oh, they don't have a problem turning on Donald Trump. They are turning on him fast. They don't like what he's doing. And they don't like that their lives are now being turned upside down. They don't feel secure. They feel insecure. And jobs don't come by very easy. Nowadays, people are unemployed for long periods of time before they land work. Everybody don't land work right away. It might be a few people that still can, or they got a relative on a job and that relative can get them in. Then yeah, but for a lot of people, there are people that are going several months and still are not getting a phone call. So I can understand why a lot of people would be upset with Donald Trump. It puts them into unknown territories financially. They don't know what's going to happen. And you better be wary of any buyout plan that Donald Trump and Elon are putting out here. You can't trust anything from them. Are you kidding me? You can't trust nothing from them. So I understand why people would be upset, but you think they're going to stop doing. In fact, I saw a video this morning. Elon was mocking cutting jobs and thought it was funny that he's doing this stuff to people. He was on a video with a chainsaw, and the chainsaw represented cutting federal jobs. And you should have seen the smile, and he was just having a good old time, turned the chainsaw on and everything. He just thought it was fun. He think it's fun to put you out of work and put your life in distress. He think that shit is fun. This man is sick. Yeah, it's on a video. Elon is standing on stage and he's got a chainsaw. Somebody gave him a chainsaw, and the chainsaw represents cutting federal jobs. So putting people out of work makes this man gleeful. It makes him happy as hell. Unbelievable. Well, they better hurry up, because you know what? The federal government shutdown deadline is March 14th. Did you know that? March 14th. Either they're going to have to keep the federal government open, or it is going to close. All right. So they better make their decision real fast if they're going to take the buyout. But they take a vote on whether or not to shut the government down on March 14th, y'all. March 14th. And you know, Donald Trump and Elon wanted to shut the government down before the election. If you remember last year, they wanted to shut the government down, but they did not do it. But see, Joe Biden was still the sitting president. Donald Trump will be the sitting president this time around. So don't be surprised if the government will shut down this time. It is so much stuff going on in my state, and I know this is going on in other states. I can only tell you about what's going on here. They threw yesterday, they threw 500,000 people off of the state health care insurance. They threw 500,000 people off in one day. And I know that's happening all over, but that story came out in my state yesterday. That is scary. They threw that amount of people, they all got cut off. And that's um, the family care or which is also Medicaid. That's what it is. It's also Medicaid. Yeah, they threw them all off in one day. 500,000 people. And they said there are more cuts to come. Mm-hmm. I still stand on what I said to y'all. Donald Trump may be the first president in the 21st century to jump off a revolt out in these streets. I still stand firm on that. Mm-hmm. I would like to talk to somebody that got fired from their federal job just to hear how it happened because from what I'm looking at in the media, a lot of people said it took them by surprise. And they really don't give them time to really get off of the premises. They give them like, oh, you got a half hour to get out. That's ridiculous. And then they wipe out any profile they had, it gets wiped out. And to this very day, do y'all know the nuclear safety office where they laid everybody off and they're in charge of the nuclear weapon? Do you know they still didn't get all those people back? They said they can't find them now. And they also messed up and fired the whole department that was working on the bird flu that is spreading across the country. And now they're trying to call those folks back and give them their jobs back. I said, you're just making a mess of things. They really don't care. Apparently not the whole staff like they used to watch the nukes. I mean, they can't get these people back. Do you know what a dangerous situation that puts your country in? You let people like that go. Look at what's happening with all these plane crashes. They fired a bunch of air traffic controllers and FAA employees. And now you can't go a day without some kind of plane crash. This is ridiculous. That's why I'm like, why don't y'all research this stuff before you fire people? But you can tell they don't research anything. They're just gun ho on just getting people fired and getting them out. Wow. So, y'all, that's what I wanted to show you. Donald Trump wants to give Black America a park of statues. That's his gift to us for Black History Month. Ooh, man. That's his gift to us. I want to take that gift and slam it right into his face. That's what I want to do with that gift. So, y'all, I wish it was better news. I wish I could say, you know what? He decided to give us reparations, but it's never going to be that. We already know it. We just getting some stone statues and we're supposed to all be happy with that. Oh, he did something for you. He did something. No, your something is a bunch of nothing for real. So, everybody, I'm definitely coming back. I got so many stories that I want to speak on. So, be on the lookout for my upcoming lives because I'm definitely coming back with some more things today. Jill B, thank you so much for the super sticker. I deeply appreciate your support for my channel. And everybody else, you can also show your support by doing a super thanks in the comment section. So, y'all, please have a wonderful day, and I will see you later for real. Shalom, family.